Greetings. This is Skylar Saunders seeing what's current. Paul Pierce seems like he's got that. He's got the the hand in the air with the swish. After making a shot, he called Rubi Rose a crush under her X, formerly known as Twitter platform. A picture that she posted in the bathroom, and I don't know if it was to his surprise or to whatever the case might have been, but she responded. She said, "Here's my text. Here's my phone number," and then she put a little rose emoji at the end of it. He was probably like, "All right, I still got this." He's 46 years old. She's 26 years old. She studied at Georgia State University. Studied politics. Now she has songs, talking about bitches and big mouths and a whole litany of things. She was in the infamous WAP video as a model, because that's what she also does. She's a model as well as artist, a rap artist. So it's just very interesting that she'll have this man. One moment. That's better. Hold on. Got to adjust the lighting a little bit there. Hold on. Now we're good. Now we're better. But this grown man, this seasoned man, she's about it. She's with the shits on this. She had recently gotten back from Jamaica. She had said on a text, and I think on, let me make sure, make 100% sure. She says she won on X, on the platform formerly known as Twitter. You have to say that. But she was saying that she wanted a bad man, and the authorities, took her seriously and saying that we want a bad man too, and tell us if you know any whereabouts. Which is really weird because Jamaicans know that is a slang term for somebody that's a stand-up guy and very virtuous, and could be on the edge of society but still cool. That's like the idea of a bad man, not like a evil person, a murderer, or rapist, or something like that. But I digress. Paul Pierce, he shot his shot and he scored. He may not won the championship yet. He may not be in the playoffs or nothing like that, but he scored with the number. He was able to pick up her number and go a little further, see what happens with him, continuing on with this particular young lady. She didn't curve him. She could have said, take your old beat up NBA ass on somewhere and never mind me. I don't have time for old heads or something like that. She could have done that easily, but she was like, you know what? I'm gonna give this man a chance. I'm gonna give him a try. Paul Pierce was stabbed 11 times during the 2000s. This was a pivotal moment in his life. It made him focus on basketball especially. He didn't focus on family. He didn't focus on friends. He looked at the All-Star game. He said, I want to be an All-Star. And he made 10 All-Star appearances and won a championship with the Boston Celtics. So he's no, slouch. He's in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield. So he's not like a bum nigga. Like he's not like a Carmelo Anthony or something like that. A volume shooter. He was the Finals MVP in 2008 when they won. So she'll be rolling with a winner. She's not dealing with somebody that just couldn't get a ring or struggled in his life or couldn't secure endorsement deals or something like that. Paul Pierce is still a thorough person, and I know it's like respect the stabber, but you gotta respect him, for sustaining those stab wounds and continuing on and, rearranging his lifestyle. Because he said, he didn't want to, go to clubs anymore or chase girls like that anymore. He wanted to just, focus strictly on basketball. And that's what I think Rubi Rose can respect, because she has to continually say, I'm not just a pretty face, I'm not just a body. I have a mind. I can be an artist. I can write songs. I can make lyrics. I can draw up things. I can prove myself to be something worthy. And she has millions of streams. She's had a few an EP, I think she had out, for the streets, I think it's called. Um, and she's got the cosign of Cardi B, which many people will say is an industry plant. I think she's a phenomenal woman. When she makes a song, it's going to be a hit. She knows how to make a song. Definitely, there's no question about that. So, Paul Pierce is definitely a figure and a figurehead of the whole idea of being able to tell truth on these young girls, these young women, I should say. She's 26, he's 46. There's a whole generation between them. But I'm sure if he has a strong pimp hand, if he has game, then he'll be able to, give her advice, give her, guidance, give her, you know, enough breathing room and enough ways of getting money. They can have a podcast together or produce somebody else's podcast. They can produce TV shows and movies or something like that. They can get out of bag together. That's the beauty of that. That's what's so beautiful about that, understanding, is that they'll be able to get enough money to fully understand what each other are about. Each one of the other one is about. So with the X platform still being a viable way of communicating, that just shows you that Paul Pierce can relate to the younger generation, younger people. I'm surprised she wasn't on Snapchat. I'm surprised she wasn't on Threads. I'm surprised she wasn't even on Instagram. She took it to the X platform, where people are jumping ship left and right. But I guess that's what makes her, I guess, the cool girl. She's like looking at everybody else like, y'all bitches can leave if y'all want, but I'm staying on X. And I mean the platform, the social media site, not ecstasy or Molly or something like that. So, with Paul Pierce shooting a shot and scoring, he of course courted hatred, as will happen. There was a young person, a male, that says, she's in essence that she's younger than his jersey number, which is 34. That was his last jersey number was 34. And he said verbatim, this is a quote. Damn, my guy, you ugly as hell. So he was going on the man, his physical appearance. So that was like a clapback that didn't get a response or anything like that. It just got his ire. He felt comfortable enough to say that within his manhood, to call another man's physical features not so inviting. And he's could get the girl. They could have wife and kids kind of situation. Who knows? We don't know where this is going to go. We have no idea where this relationship is going. That's from a movie. That's from my favorite movie, Rushmore. But I think it's very, enlightening to consider the facts of being in a relationship, and you have to think about, you have to conjure up in your mind, you have to continually be on the the cusp of knowing what your partner wants and what they need on both sides. The younger generation has to figure out what is going on in the world of, of finance and economics. Like I said, she studied politics, so she's no dummy. Um, so, um, and Paul Pierce has to remember about the younger generation, what they're doing, what the latest news is going on in their world, what's going on in the social networking sites, and all the new trends and new words and new catchphrases and stuff like that. All that has to be digested and has to be manifested within the framework of their idealism. So, if you have any kind of idea of what it means to date a younger woman, you have to go on the facts that they're going to be like light years ahead of you in certain regards, and then you could be light years ahead of them in certain regards. That's why I said earlier he could give her guidance, advice, counsel. Like I said, he's been hurt before, literally, physically. With stab wounds, he can tell you where the dark alleys are, the worst drugs are, what people not to hang around with, what kind of people to associate with, in their relationship. If they do pursue a relationship, I mean, they could just be talking back and forth and say, it was just a publicity stunt or something. She just wanted to pull, try to snag him, and but he seems sincere. She seems sincere. So I say let it be a beautiful union. Let it be something that will be unexpected. A lot of people will say, Paul Pierce, he's just some washed up old NBA player. He's not doing much. I think he was booted off of ESPN. I could be wrong. Let me make 100% sure. This is research during the show. ESPN and Paul Pierce. Let me see. He got fired from ESPN on his day off. That's what he's joking about from Friday. So he was fired from ESPN. It says Paul Pierce on ESPN firing after stripper weed video. What did I do wrong? So there was that. I do remember that it was a video he was with, some exotic dancers with some cannabis allegedly, and he was just, I think he was just dancing around or something like that, and he got fired for that. You can't trust these celebrity net worth sites. But I will say that most of them say he's worth $70 to $80 million. But you can't be exactly sure because a lot of them are inaccurate. If you have any idea of who Paul Pierce was during his game, he was definitely a force to be reckoned with. He definitely was. His last team was with the LA Clippers from 2015 to 2017. So he played for, let me see how many seasons. He played for 19 seasons. Almost had 20 seasons. So, like I said, NBA champ, NBA Finals MVP, 10-time NBA All-Star, All NBA second team, 3-time All NBA third team. She's not messing with a scrub. Number 34 retired by Boston Celtics. Number 7 NBA 75th anniversary team. NBA three-point contest champion 2010. He was in the College Basketball Hall of Fame as well as the Basketball Hall of Fame as a player. He was no scrub. He was no bum. He has accolades. And what he's doing now, I don't know. He's probably looking for a podcast or some show or something like that after the ESPN firing. He's probably figuring out what he can possibly do to further his life. He's got good money, I'm sure. I'm sure he saved up. Well, I shouldn't say I'm sure, but I suspect it's suggested that he saved his money, his millions, over his NBA career. He had a pretty sparkling career, so I think he should be all right. I don't think he's wanting for cash right now, but any help would any cash would help, and it definitely wouldn't hurt. And Rubi Rose, who knows what her net worth is? Maybe $1 million, maybe less than that, maybe like 600,000, something like that, because she hasn't sold too many albums. She sold enough, but not a whole lot. Rubi Rose has, like I said, she has the stamp of approval by Cardi B, who has the Midas touch, beyond Midas touch, not gold, but platinum and diamond. I mean, her singles go diamond. Her CDs, the songs on every track goes platinum or more. I mean, that is just tremendous. So they're both winners. They shouldn't be, clowned, and they shouldn't be saying, "Oh, he's too young," or "She's too young for her. He's too old for her." He's too old for her. That's what people are saying. Oh, Malik in the house. You already know what it is, my friend. You already know what it is. Rick James says salute anyway. You are too early today, sir. No, I'm right on time. Rick James, salute to you. Appreciate it. You don't do it. Can we get that 20? Let that 20 roll. Let it 20 roll. I'm looking for 20 and 50. I'm not gonna ask for too much. I ask for $20. If you got 50, hey, surprise me. But I'm just asking for $20 to $50. If you got 100, say hey, what's up? Like what Malik is doing right now. I respect that, man. Hey, are you just coming into the show? Have you been listening to me talk about Rubi Rose and Paul Pierce and the dynamic that they're currently engaged in? He's 20 years her senior, and they seem like they could still be a match. Yes, hit that like button. I got 2 likes so far. Continue to hit that like button. Yes. Hit that donate button. There's not a donate button, but use the Cash App. Cash App and PayPal. I'll take either payment. I appreciate it tremendously. So you have a 46-year-old and a 26-year-old. Exactly 20 years apart. So that could be combustible. That could be a problem. That could, be an issue. As I've said, if they can't make that chemistry work, it could be explosion in the meth lab. just to make it a metaphor. It could be a mess. She doesn't get him. Why? How come you always talking to people on the phone? How come you don't just text? How come you don't just it could just be something small and simple like that. Girl, why don't you just sleep in another room in my house? Like I just want to sleep in my own bed. She may not understand that. She may not get that a man wants to sleep in his own bed. I'm sure he has a mansion or a very nice studio apartment or some arrangement like that. A mansion possibly. I'm pretty sure. Well, you're here now, Rick James, aren't you? So you're gonna have to miss him. I'm doing an experiment right now. So get like Malik. Malik is doing an auction. If you haven't noticed yet, he says, "Do I hear a $20 in the back row? I'll 35." Come on now, somebody got to raise their hand, chip in that $20. $20 and $50. This is the fourth quarter. I'm talking about only 20s and 50s. If you got 5s and 10s, I'll take them, of course. Oh, we got another Malik. We got another Malik in the line. Malik Carter. Yeah, it's cooking. It's cooking. But like I said, we're gonna need at least a little bit of time for. Let's get them dollars. Come on, let's go. Let's get them dollars up. Let's get them dollars up. The goal for today is $80. That's my goal. I have yet to reach it. The most I ever had in one single day was $65. I'm trying to get to $80. So if you just chip in $20 and 3 more people, chip in $20, I've already made my goal. That's all it takes. I just need 420s. That's all I need. 420. That's funny. 420. But all I need are 420s. And I'll be good. Or if you want to be, slick with it, chip in a 50 and just ask, 3 more people for $10. So that's what I'm working on right now. But if going back to the story, the topic of tonight, today, not tonight. I'm focused my brain on last night. Focus on Paul Pierce talking to Rick James. Here's a 50. I don't know. MIB Exchange. That's his name on here, but his real name is Malik. He's saying, does he hear 30? He wants to hear 30. Joe Budden had a fight. I don't know about Joe Budden having a fight. I didn't see that in any of the hip hop scenes. Maybe. I mean, I could be wrong. I am wrong sometimes. It's true. Let me make 100% sure. Okay, the closest thing I say is Joe Budden and Tasha K make amends after recent feud. Is that what you're talking about, Malik? I can break 100. Yeah, you can break. Yeah, break 100. Do what you got to do. I'm serious. I gotta do these shows, and I'm not doing them for free. I'm doing them all for money, all for the cash. Now I have to do research. I have to look at videos and read articles, and I have to understand my craft. I have to be able to exhibit my skills. Yeah, I know Rick James. Yeah, Chelsea hasn't been saying much in a while, but that's her business. I'm not going to fault her for it. She's given so much money to my platform. I'm so grateful to her. So it definitely is something that I respect about her. So You know, with the idea of Paul Pierce and Ruby Rose being an item, that could, again, revolutionize. He could be, commended for even going after her because he's over 25. Leonardo DiCaprio doesn't even mess with a chick unless he's 18, 19 to 24, 25. You have to have at least 7 or 8 year, maybe, I don't know, more than 7 or 8 years probably, but probably like 10 years or 20, or maybe 30 years. I don't know how is Leonardo DiCaprio? He's like 40 something. I'm gonna make 100% sure on that. Leonardo DiCaprio age. Leonardo. He's 48. He's pushing 50, just like Paul Pierce, pushing 50, messing with these young girls, these young women. So that's where it gets to be kind of strange, kind of weird, because there's just that generation gap. It's a whole gap, a whole understanding of if Paul Pierce is falling behind in hip hop and lingo and the phrasing and the way you carry yourself and everything like that, he's gonna have a tough time with Ruby Rose. He can look at her and lust after her photographs and her pictures on the X, or wherever the case may be. But if he doesn't have a firm pimp hand, he's going to lose her and not be able to maintain a proper stance as a gentleman, as a man. I don't know about Adam Levine. Does Adam Levine do that too? Young girls, he frequents, with the younger women. Thank you, Malik. I appreciate it. Malik NYB Exchange, not Malik Carter. But I appreciate that NYB Exchange. Hit that like button, folks. Hit that like button. Helps with the algorithm. So no, I've never seen his leak messages. I didn't pay attention to Adam Levine like that. No. I'm saying with Paul Pierce and Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose opened the door. She opened the door and she let Paul Pierce in. I'm saying he shot his shot and he made it. He made the shot. But this may not be in the game. This could just be in practice or something like that. Practice? What are we talking about? Practice? Not a game, but practice. Now, who said that? Who said that? Number 3 from Georgetown. All right, I'm giving it away now. Yeah, so if you have any regard for overall what? There you go, Iverson, exactly. And he said that he was a volume shooter. He made the national or the NBA Hall of Fame, but he's ringless. He was ringless. He's got the Reebok deal. I think he's vice president, and Shaquille is president of a division of Reebok. Hey, that's cool. But Paul Pierce was a champion. Still is a champion. He still made the list 10 times, the All-Star team 10 times. She's definitely dealing with somebody that is of import, somebody that is within the realm of knowledge and understanding of making deals and signing off on things. That's what's so powerful. So whoever says that and an older man can't be with a younger woman, that's a fantasy. That's a fantasy. That's something that is just completely not true. And I think Ruby Rose and Paul Pierce are going to show that. All right. Second half of the show. It regards this topic. Should older men crush on younger women? Should they crush? That's what he says in the post. Paul Pierce says simply crush. And that opened up the door for him. But should that be continuous? Should that be, within society for an older man to crush on a younger woman? Is it like the predator versus the prey? You're out in the hunt, or you have the fishing kind of metaphor. Should it always be the older man getting the Okay, Rick James is saying he has a girlfriend that's 52 years younger than him. All right. I'll just have to take your word for it. I can't, there's no way of verifying that. Um, so I really have to say that it's a very delicate situation when you have older men, especially. I'm saying just men. I could say in a sense older women, what they call them cougars, whatever that could be, because there's male cougars, which is weird. So I guess he could be a male cougar, and he's stalking his prey, and he caught her, like he caught her, and he may devour her, but you're saying Kruger, I'm saying cougar, sir. Okay, Malik says, yeah, older men should smash younger women. I agree. My last girlfriend was 3 years apart from me, but we still could vibe. We still had an understanding of what was going on in the world. This is way back. This is going back to when Trayvon Martin was laid down. This is going way back. And I was like telling her about the news clips, and she was like, "Oh, okay, great." I was like, "You're not understanding. This young kid, he was knocked down. He was just walking home from the store. I mean, I don't know. It's goofy like that. It's weird. I mean, I hit her with I hit her with an idea about what music that she likes, and her eyes widened. She was like, she wasn't expecting it because she told me from what city she was from, and I just gave a band that was originated from where she lived, and she was like taken by it. She was like that, and it just little things like that, that really resonate, and that have to happen for younger and older people, and especially when you have a gulf of years, as Paul Pierce and Ruby Rose have. They have that 20-year difference. So, if you have older men crushing on younger women, it's weird. It's great, but it's weird in a sense too because of the functioning that has to happen. Malik says younger women are like trophies. Yeah, well, I don't know if they're like trophies. I know they're like, supple. I can say they're ready for, some good loving. That's all I can say. Younger women, are energetic. They're full of life. They're vibrant. They're not, tied down. Especially younger women who don't have, who've never been married and don't have kids. Good golly, Miss Molly. That's like the ideal right there. That is the ultimate. You have like a 22, 25-year-old woman, no kids, never been married. That's like classic right there. That's something to behold. The youngest I ever went was 20. Never went with a teenager from 18 to 19. Probably never will. I'll probably get somebody my own age, a woman, just a few years younger, maybe even a few years older, depending on, if she's if she has no gray hairs, in certain places. Malik says women are fascinating creatures according to Star. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I would agree with Mr. Choice Star Train. I would agree with him many times. We disagree on certain things. Certain things we definitely have disagreement on. We can agree on women, and how you can not manipulate them, not exploit them, but you can massage their mind, groom them to us in a sense, to let them know, you are the man, you are the one that's penetrating them. They have a cycle every month, and until they stop having it, and that is the key. That is it. You are the alpha male. You are the top dog. You have to be like that in your own relationship. You have to be the one that comes out and shows that she is worthy of, to be with you. Is she worthy enough to be with you? She has to show that. She has to demonstrate it herself by being the one and only person for you. I'm not into, multiple girlfriends. I never have been, I never will be. I'm a one girl kind of guy. That's the draw that I have. That I just have one girl, one female, one woman, one lady, and that's where I stand. If other people want to have that, respect to you. I couldn't do it. I got to focus on more than one woman at the same time. The closest I can get to that is not a romantic relationship, but a financial one. I'm thinking about a story. Don't steal this. I'm not going to get into it, but I just think of it as, somebody that is about that money. That's all I'm going to say. Because I'm going to come out with this in a novel or in a movie, and I'm going to see. We'll see what happens. Malik is saying, I agree. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You don't have to agree with me, but if you do, that's fine too. That's cool. So that's, what I'm saying with, with these young girls out here, they want to party and pop Molly and have, rampant, wanton sex, whoever, however. I'm just not into that. I mean, she was a bit of a weed head. She tried Molly, made her stomach hurt. That's about the extent of it. She had in her mind to be, someone that is more focused on her schooling, and she did very well. She graduated from college, went on to get a master's degree, and now is licensed. So it's very, special to have such a catalog for me. The women I've dated, have gone on to certifications. They weren't bum bitches. They weren't lazy bitches. They were young ladies that made their way. Got another young lady. She was really all over me. She sent me her number. It was kind of like Paul Pierce and Rubi Rose. She wasn't the most attractive young lady. I can't say that, but she was very appreciative and very, very down to earth, very centered, and very intelligent. She went on to go to She went on to go to Columbia University. So that's a mark of distinction. That was pretty cool, I think. And she was older than me. She was 25. I was 23. Just a 2-year gap. It didn't hurt too much. But when you go to 20 years, that could get interesting. Things could get very weird. It can get very strange. Because you have that sense that you're not on the same page with, you're not lock in step with the ideas that you both have grown up with respectively. He had a different household, where she had a different household. Yes, Malik is speaking truth right now. He says, I like a smart, good conversationalist, sexy, very feminine type. That's what I like. It's exactly what I like. And like, it's weird because the age difference, the idea of men crushing on younger women, it's like the opposite of what Mr. Choice Star Terrain says. He says they come to him. He doesn't, go out looking for young women. They come to him. And that's just the opposite of, I think, the Paul Pierce and Rubi Rose situation. He went to her. He put crush under her ex photograph. She just, he put up his shot and switched through. That's what's so amazing. It's so great to understand. So great to understand the differences between men and females. And I guess I could have included LGBTQ, if they, I just said, from my perspective as a heterosexual male and a straight man, older men crushing on women. What about older men crushing on men? Honey. Like, hey, that's why they call cruising. They call that cruising. If they want to do that, that's their business. Malik says, he's referring to Mr. Chorstar Terrain. He draws them because of his alpha articulate, no nonsense personality. Very true. Very true. I agree with that. Definitely. But like I said, or lesbian, lesbian women hitting on younger women. And a lesbian woman in her 40s or 50s hitting on a younger lady in her 20s or 30s. Or non-binary, or somebody who just says they're queer. That, doesn't really say if they're gay, straight, whatever. They're just queer. They're just floating on the breeze. That's not really what I was going to talk about, but it just came to my mind. Respect to them. Respect to whatever they want to do. Whether you want to ride a stick or lick lint. That's your business. I can't help you with that. But I'm just saying, from my personal, perspective, Malik is saying, fellas, we have to mean what we say. Yeah, that's true. But I would add ladies as well. Ladies have to, understand that trust and truth and reality and honesty have to be part of the framework of any relationship, or else it's gonna, fall in like quicksand. You can have beautiful, wonderful nights of sexual experiences, and you can go out on trips. You can go out and everything. That's a beautiful house. But if you don't have truth and understanding and honesty underneath you, it's like a house built on quicksand. The beautiful mansion will fall like into quicksand. No matter what you do, if it's not built upon honesty and truth and justice and integrity, you have nothing for you to stand on. The house will fall into and collapse into the sand. So, anybody joining into this conversation, if you don't mind, hit that like button. I have a Cash App going. I'm accepting 20s and 50s for this fourth quarter. It's November. Anybody has $20, dollars, if you go up to $50, you're automatically in the Scholar 50 Club. If you want to go incrementally over the month, that's fine with me too. But I'm looking for $20 at least for today's show. At least $20 to contribute to the $80 that's the target or the goal of today. So just have that in mind, because I put in the work, I put in the research, and I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm doing. It's and I'm having a good time. I hope you are having a good time too. So with that said, it's like I think if you're crushing on a female, you have to be careful, and especially if it's a younger female. 26 is a strong number. 26 is that I can drink, I can probably do cannabis depending on my state or wherever I can do legally. I'm out. Usually a woman is out of college. She's in a career. She could be making $100,000 a year or more, and she's busy, focused on her next stage in life, which is probably pregnancy, because the clock ticks. The biological clock is ticking. Even ironically, this clock doesn't. This watch doesn't tick. It's an iPhone. It's an Apple Watch. So it's not a ticking clock. I was just showing you for example. Thank you, Malik. I appreciate that. Show your support, sir. That's all I'm asking. If you can do whatever you got to do, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, sir. I do appreciate it. Show your support in any way. This is the Ignore Rick James stream. I've been ignoring you for the past, 2-3 months now? You don't give up the money. You give up the money, then I stop ignoring you. It's that simple. Malik is giving up money. He's giving up dollars. You match what he says, and maybe we can have some kind of Rick James show or something like that. I don't know. You put up $100 right now. I put up I have an all Rick James show. We can have a Pee Wee's Playhouse, Big Adventure, Paul Rubin Memorial. You put in $100 right now, I'll have all that. But getting back to the topic. Yes, drop them dollars. Get them dollars going. That's what Malik says. He says, let's go, folks. Drop them dollars. Let's go. It's all about the dollar bill. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. So, younger women, they're firm. They're fertile usually. They don't have STDs and SDI and all kinds of mess. Mostly, for the most part, they're very clean. They're very conscientious about the world. They know what's going on in Ukraine and Israel. They know what's going on in Haiti. They know what's going on, around the globe. They're very factual. They're very, reality oriented. And that's the beautiful nature of a young woman who knows what she's doing. Rick James says they have no trouble getting their waterworks ready to go. Well, that's just a female thing. It's part of their chemical makeup. I mean, it's not the same for men. Men, I don't believe in having men not cry. If you want to cry, you should be able to. You're a man. Any man can cry. Any man can weep. Jesus wept. And people like to point that out. You know, that's the shortest sentence in the Bible. Jesus wept. So, you know, I'm not trying to take it to a mystical level or anything like that, but I was just giving you an example. Oh, okay. You have to be specific. You have to be specific there, Rick James. I mean, yeah, good point. Yeah, the water downstairs. Yeah, especially. Yeah. I call it flooding the basement. I was thinking about from the attic. But he's talking about, you know, for the southern region of the body, the waterworks. Yeah, it's a WAP situation in a lot of cases. You know, I understand what you're saying now, Rick James. So that's a good point. That's a good point. It's definitely a good point, I have to say. Tone J, if you're out there, you can chime in, bring in a donation, whatever you need to do. I appreciate it, sir. Thank you very much for all your previous donations. Anybody else on here? Yeah, Tears of a Clown. Anyone else just joining the stream? Just hit that like button and drop off, you know, $10, $20, if not $50, if not $100. Do what you gotta do. Whatever is in your wheelhouse, whatever is in your pocketbook, whatever is in your budget. Let me know so I can see what you're working with. So younger men and older women, that's an interesting thing. Andre 3000 had a song called Pink and Blue, I think. It's about a younger man and is it a Crybaby or Pink and Blue? I think, let me see, Andre. Yeah, Pink and Blue. Saying, you know, older women can have younger men. Exactly. Stell's got a groove back. Exactly. Malik is right on point. Malik's right on point. You know, that's the same idea. So where's the movie? You know, I'm trying to think of the movie. Maybe there's too many movies, or there's not enough movies I can point to, where it's the male, you know, going after the 20-year-old child, you know, young woman. It's the male going after the young woman, crushing on her. As they say, can you still crush on somebody? That's what he was getting hate from. He was like, girls younger than his jersey number, and he's crushing on her. So, and then he says, "Damn, dude, you ugly as hell." Like, he clapped back, you know, clap back on a physical level, but clap back nonetheless. You know, so that's what it's like. That's what it's like. That's what it seems to be like the truth. You know, you would rather see how to be a player, okay? But he's like 20 something or 30 something. I'm talking about somebody in their 40s and 50s. I'm talking about 40s, 50s, like old players, how to be a player. I'm talking about old players, OGs, in their 40s and 50s, going after these, very, pliant young women and compliant in a lot of respects, but can still give you, their mind can still be very um attuned to the facts of reality. So I don't, want to dump on older men, and I don't want to dump on younger women. I'm just exploring this question whether it's possible. I'm 35, but if a young girl is 10 years my junior, she's 25 years old, and she wants to get with me, I'll see what's up. I see what's going on. I see what differences will be in our taste in music and TV shows and movies and films and music and all of that. Every piece of it. That's how I'm viewing this whole aspect of things. Yeah, I'm a young boy. I'm a young man. I'm a young male. I'm pretty young out here in these streets. Yeah. Oh, thanks for the like. I appreciate the like. Whoever the like was, I got four. This is what's visible. 4 people that are viewing and 4 likes. That's visible. Or maybe more, maybe less. Now 5 likes. But where's the money? That's all I'm asking for. I'm getting the likes, but I also need the money too. Whoever can, chip in a little bit, a dollar here, a dollar there, that would be, exquisite. I look even younger. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Appreciate that, sir. So it's gotta take care of myself for the most part. I can eat a burrito here and there. I can have a beef patty from the dollar store. That's what it is. So, I got bigger. I was a slim kid. I used to be real thin. I used to be like real thin. I was like 170 pounds. Not right now. I'm flirting with 205, 204 pounds. I'm pretty stocky right now. Pork chop sandwich, exactly. Yeah, pork chop sandwiches. Mashed potatoes, green beans, and applesauce. And Veterans Day is coming up. I'm a veteran. No, 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 no. Don't say just kidding. You said it, sir. You're all right. We're on good terms. We're just joking here. We're going back and forth. It's all good. I understand what you're saying. It's all good. I know exactly what you're saying. All the fixings, exactly. So, I mean, that is what I'm looking for. A woman that can cook. Like I want to have a woman. I think I don't know. I'm gonna make sure it is Dame Dash's girlfriend or wifey for life. He calls her. Can't get a read on her age, but let me see. Horn age doesn't show. Doesn't show her age. Okay. Oh, okay. She's okay. No, it still doesn't show her age. It's not showing it. Okay, so I don't know, but she's I would imagine is younger than Dame Dash. That's apparent. That's clear. But it, if you can find one like her, she seems so dedicated. She seems so real. He's broke, but not broke. Like, you can party, but do you party? No, he's not broke. He's just broke. He's proud broke. That's the difference. So when it comes to older men, younger women, it's all about trust. That's it. All right, so now I have 48% on my MacBook. We can go down to 20% with your questions. And if you can have $1 attached to them, $20, $50, something like that, I would much appreciate it. So I got 4 people in here right now. I want to see if we can have a discussion. Anything is and everything is open. You can talk about the topic that we've been hashing out for over an hour now, which I like. I like just running my mouth. I don't like the sound of my voice like that. Like it's not. I would want a James Earl Jones voice or something like that, or a Keith David voice, something like that. This very resonant and very with timbre and things like that. But it's open. It's open season for questions. Malik said he's matching your dollars. Whatever dollars you put up, he'll put up more, or at least not more, but match it. So it's up to y'all. I see just Malik. Malik is in the live chat like crazy, but I see 4 people in the live feed, but they're not in the room. I don't know why. I don't know. So my niece says she's just be like, when you ask her a question like, "Where did you hide the crayon?" She just be like, "I don't know." She's adorable, but yeah. So I just the whole notion of the younger woman, and the older man has been contentious for, if not centuries, millennia. They call it the old man theory or the old man syndrome. But it's different when it's not like he's preying upon her, but she allows him in, the proverbial relationship. That's different. That's what's distinct. And that is what, is always going to be an issue. It's always going to be something that's going to be, a problem. Something that's going to be special too at the same time. It could be, it could resolve itself. I like the idea of having a woman, hold you down, be with you, be able to curse you out in Spanish. I forgot about my Hispanic girlfriend. Didn't forget about her, but I didn't mention her. She's got a master's degree right now. We went on one date, and I didn't smash, but she's definitely someone who is part of my forever life. Like we may never get together physically or anything like that, but she just motivated the hell out of me. She's the reason why I became a Marine. She's very intelligent, beautiful woman, just gorgeous, just great genes, but exactly. Malik knows what it's like. He said, "I'm still here. Yes, cuss me out, but have my back." Exactly. So Malik, if you want to ask questions, you can go ahead. You spent money. Rick James, I think, is gone. I think he's out. But you can definitely ask. You can definitely ask questions. You put down cash for this machine. Whatever you want to do. You put down dollars. Oh, he says, okay. I'm getting ready. I see what you have. Do you want me to pronounce your Cash App name, or you want to keep that secret? Malik. Okay, sure. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So his Cash App is, I'm going back and forth. He can give me money. I'm gonna make sure he gets money. Is $. It's I'm just gonna say how it looks. Capital S, capital H, capital A, capital B, capital Z, 100, capital K, and that's Ronald Cuffey, also known as Malik. He is sending almost enough. Uh, well, not for the whole month, but he's got a little bit more to go for the month. He's got $20 to go before he gets into the 50 club. Malik, aka Ronald Cuffey. So, and aka NYB Exchange. You have the floor, sir. Whatever questions you want to ask. You can even have comments. A lot of people don't say, don't have comments, just make your questions, something like that. I'm not gonna just sit here. I'm gonna run my mouth. Um, Anything that's bothering me today? Nothing's really I love Mondays. Mondays are great for me. Mondays are like heaven. Oh, Malik says he's still reading The New Intellectual. Keep on reading. You'll be enlightened. You will enjoy the read. It's a wonderful, quiet little book, but it speaks volumes, to say a cliche. But yeah, Mondays are great. Everybody's like Monday blues, and oh, you got a case of the Mondays from the movie Office Space and stuff like that. I love Mondays. It could be because I don't have to go to work. Well, also because the Marine Corps was the only time where I worked. I definitely worked on a Monday. I worked in retail and restaurant services, and I could be on deck on a Monday, or I could be off on a Monday. So it didn't really bother me either way. And then I worked I worked CWT. CWT is compensated work therapy, and that was Monday through Friday. But that was a totally different case because I got tax-free money. I got tax-free money from the government. I was making like $35,000 a year with that. No taxes, so that's like $42,000 a year probably. No taxes, to speak of. So I love Mondays. Mondays are great. It gets weird. People just like, oh, I had a great weekend. I wanted to continue. I wanted to keep going. I wanted to be better. No, it is better. Mondays are wonderful. Mondays are an example of business. Businesses are open again. It's a stark contrast between Sunday and Monday. Virtually everything but grocery stores and the mall and restaurants, except for Chick-fil-A, are open. My dad and I were just having a conversation about that. They should have. This is my dad's idea, and this isn't mine, so I can't take credit. He said they should have breakfast and lunch, and you can be able to order your lunch, and have like the macaroni and cheese, and have that ready for your dinner later on in the day. They have greater profit margins. They're trying to have integrity and show that they're all about Christianity and about the family values and everything like that. If you want to say that's okay, so we'll say that. But it would be much more interesting if Chick-fil-A stayed open at least until like 12 or 1, and then allow families to have dinner together. Like they can still make they'll make bank. They obviously make bank. If they can be closed on a certain day and still be able to function well, with all their products and all their services, that's tremendous for Chick-fil-A. I love Chick-fil-A. It's great. They're super mystified. I think they're against abortion. The key people, the CEO, and all the executives, I think they're all against abortion. But that's a totally different topic. I like the fact that people can get back to work Monday morning. That's the day, especially this is the first Monday since changing the clocks. And that, people say, "Oh, I got an extra hour of sleep. Yay, woohoo, wee." Okay, here's Rick James. What's your opinion on Bill Maher? Bill Maher was my guy. He really was. Until I found out what he said about the military. He said I don't remember exact words. I can't say exactly in verbatim, but he was just saying like how they're not significant or something like that along those lines. But as a Marine, I was like, I gotta cut him off. And I think Mr. Chorsar Terrain said that. And he said in his book, he was like, and this is a paraphrase too. He was saying how someone in talking about the military could be can live a great life and still be so stupid. That's only in America. That's basically what he was saying. I'm paraphrasing. So we got 39% left. That was my take on Bill Maher. But yeah, I respected Bill Maher because he made me think. He was like, why is it always the dad or the father, the male figure in a commercial or a movie that's always the dumb guy? He's always stupid. He's always, portrayed as being dumb. I like that about what he said. That was something that I relate to because my dad is not stupid and dumb and falling over and goofy and everything like that. He's a stand-up, intelligent man that told me to be a young man. I don't know. I was agreeing with that. And then he had his movie Religious, which is kind of like snarky and condescending and sarcastic against people with faith. It's like that's not the way to go. That's it's not even too easy. It's just false. You have to have an understanding of people who have faith, and that the fact that they're more likely than not very intelligent people who just have a mental blockage that prevents them from understanding reality in full. Any other questions? Let's roll. I like this. It's fun. If I'm gonna try to put this up on the community section later on. Wow, you know what? Scariest dream I've ever had. Man. Okay, let me answer one question first. Scariest dream I've ever had. It was probably a daydream. Daydream that I, didn't have enough money, and I had bought a bunch of stuff, and I couldn't pay for it. And I was all the way at the line, and everybody was behind me, yelling at me and screaming at me. I think that was probably my scariest dream. Do you miss Toys R Us? No. Have you ever been to New York City? Yes. If so, how do you feel about it? I love New York City. I love the vibe. I love the locale. I love the energy and the mystique and the power of NYC. Wow, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot of questions. All right, I like it. Just give me time. I'll answer each one. Wait a minute. Hold on. Now we have a few questions. Hold on. How do you feel about New York, and how have you changed it for the worse? No, it hasn't changed for the worse, because I love New Yorkers. New Yorkers are like Oreos. They have that tough exterior, but they're creamy in the middle. They're real soft in the middle. They showed that on September 11th, 2001. They're real soft in the middle. They'll be ready to cuss you out, ready to cut you, ready to run at you and with a knife. But underneath all that is a cushy little quiet person. Overall, I'm not saying every individual is like that. I'm just saying in an overall sense. All right, that's my question for Rick James on that. Malik, question: how many subscribers before you can go live? I'm live right now, sir. I don't know what you mean. You gotta tell me what you mean by that before I can go live. I don't know. I don't know what you mean. You gotta explain a little more. Have you seen the movie Click? No. Takis or Flaming Hot Cheetos? Flaming Hot Cheetos, definitely. Yeah, I'm live right now. As far as I know, it says go live. Are you saying? Have you seen the movie Hairspray? No, I haven't seen. I think there was a original and then there was a remake. I think of Hairspray. John Waters directed the remake. I know, or if it was on Broadway. I think it was on the stage. I've never seen that movie completely. What celebrity do you think would disappoint you if you met them in person? That's a good question. I haven't, like my heroes. I've met my hero. I met Dr. Jerome Brook of the Ayn Rand Institute. He's the chairman, and that was a fantastic experience. I got a picture with him and everything. It was great. I think just a little wardrobe adjusting. I think so what celebrity do you think would disappoint you if you met them in person? I think I'm gonna try to be as honest and try to be as true, and I don't want to just jump over this and be conventional. I'm gonna say, I'm thinking about all the celebrities, and I think they're pretty much good. Good money. I don't really have an idea of a nasty celebrity or somebody that would, wouldn't be approachable. I'm gonna say Tom Hanks. No, that was a joke. Tom Hanks would probably be the most, sweetest, nicest person. Great man. Just based off of his character and interviews, and also on the screen, you can get an idea who they are. Oh well, celebrity. Oh well, obviously. Okay, what's your level of celebrity? Celebrity is Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Yeah, that's my answer. I think he would disappoint me. But then again, I would be expecting him to be, the dullard and the, terrible person that he is, horrible person that he is. Basically, I guess 90% of all congressmen and senators, people in the government, if they are technically celebrities, they have a name, they have a Wikipedia page. You want to call them by that? All right. Explain your personal opinion on Putin. He's a thug. He's an evildoer. He's vicious. He's completely deranged, just like Trump. Next, Joan Rivers. She was a funny gal. She had the insult joke book open. She pissed off Johnny Carson, and after she took a job as a host, not on his show but on her own. and that kind of threw things off a bit. But she was funny. I liked her brassy style. Brassy style. If you could have your own show on ABC in the style of The View, would you do it? Yes, I would, because they would have to pay me at least $10 million a year with benefits, because that's the only time I would pay with take taxes. If I'm making over a million to $1 billion a year or more, that's when I would pay taxes. But underneath 100 racks, or if I'm not getting that amount, I won't be in it. Arcade Fire or Radiohead? Radiohead, definitely Radiohead. That's probably showing my age. I'm thinking about Creep. I'm thinking about that part that Patrice O'Neal, the comedian, said as part of their the white people, their soul it strikes right to their heart. Dun dun. That part in Creep. But I'm a creep. Yeah, I can't sing, and I don't want to get a copyright strike. But what the hell am I doing here? But then you got Schizoid, Paranoid Android. That's a classic. That's a classic. Favorite moment in the 2020 Olympics? I can't tell because the stupid heart emoji is in the way, so I'm gonna try to do this as quickly as possible. Remember in the 2011 Olympics? Don't you mean 2012? Then it's only on the even years. It changed over after the pandemic. I think they played in 2021, but so I can't say a moment in 2011 if they didn't have the Olympics then. All right, good to go. I just needed to know, Height. Thank you for your support. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate it. All right, you got me this week. That's all I need. That's all I need to know. Because I'm not doing this for free, kids and older gentlemen, and that's what I got right now. I used to have some ladies in the house. How many ladies in the house? How many ladies in the house without a spouse? Something in your blouse got me feeling so aroused. What you about? Who said that? Who said that? I'm not going to say any more because I get a copyright strike. Oh, 2012. Oh, 2012? Was that Winter or Summer Olympics? I can't remember. Yeah, okay, that's Summer Olympics. 2012 was in China. No, women. That was 08. That was in Britain. What? Now you're just being ridiculous. 2000. Oh, the housing stock market. It wasn't about housing for private companies. It was about Fannie and Freddie. Fannie and Freddie. It was all about the government's intrusion in the economy. And that's what I was trying to say yesterday. I'm saying that it has to be the exclusion of government. It should only be the three agencies: military, judiciary, and the police force. And everything else should be private. And the government should just protect individual rights. That's all I'm saying. So 2008 was a product of government blunders and government oversight, government overreach. It had very little to do with the private banking system or anything like that, or how many banks got bailed out. That was because of the government, because of the fiscal policies addressed by people that are pulling the strings. The Fed chairman at the time was Ben Bernanke, I think. I want to say that was right. I think he was. I could be wrong. I'm gonna look it up. Yeah, Ben Bernanke. So it was all about the government. All about the government. No, nothing. Very little. I mean, there was obviously some, private organizations that had, you know, did some dealings that were, very, sketchy and not on board, not above board. So of course there are some instances where private organizations are like that, but the majority, the greater piece of it was based on government malfeasance and the cases of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. That's my take. Rick James. Rick James. Got about 8% left. Who's gonna? I'm trying to get some dollars out of y'all. I'm trying to squeeze the eagle. Nobody's giving up the money yet. I'm still at 0 of 80. I haven't reached that goal since, I don't even know, since maybe August. I don't know. My last goal was $40. I think Spirit Smooth Tunes came in with $65. I was like, God damn, I gotta raise it up now. Thoughts on the aliens from four. Oh, I haven't seen that. Okay. Favorite Whoopi Goldberg film? Made in America. If that's the right title. Let me see. Yeah, Made in America. That's my favorite Whoopi Goldberg movie. And I'm probably gonna be like, oh shoot, I forgot about this. Oh, I forgot about that. Favorite Queen Latifah film and why? Is it Taxi Driver? Taxi Driver is not the movie. It's just Taxi. Taxi Driver is a Scorsese film from the 70s, from the 60s or 70s, I think it is. Steely Dan Rush, without no hesitation. That's my favorite band because I had to understand. I was wrestling with my previous favorite band before I even knew who Choice Star Terrain was. It was Pink Floyd. They're not my number 2 band right now. But I'll get back to the Queen Latifah question. Queen Latifah film, favorite Queen Latifah film? Set It Off. Definitely. Thoughts on the aliens found in Mexico? It's bullshit. They said it was a hoax. They came out and said it was a hoax, and it was true. Favorite Pink Floyd album? No, it's obvious. It's not. I'm not like the cool cat that knows their underground hits or their lesser known works. I'll say the obvious, the one that everybody knows, Dark Side of the Moon. That one blew me away. I heard it on my when I was in 9th grade, and I put it on the record player. It was my dad's record. It's still in there. It's right behind me, actually. Is that right? I didn't know that. Set Off was at least 27 years old today. I didn't know that. But yeah, did you like the band Yay or Yes? Yes, I do like the band Yes. They're my top 10, 15, something like that. Yeah, definitely yes. I love the song. Uh Hold on, I have to look it up. Hold on. I have to look up the name of the song. I know how it goes, but man. I've seen All Good People. Okay, so because I always think about the Red Queen. Pearl Jam. Definitely Pearl Jam. What's your favorite Jim Morrison moment? I don't know his moments. I can only say his songs. My favorite song is "Sample" by Kanye West. 5 to 1. I just think that's a badass, hook and a guitar riff. That's an awesome song. That's crazy. Huh. 1996. That's crazy. I just said, but I'm just being honest. That's my favorite Queen Latifah pick. I just, verified it. Kendrick, yeah, Kendrick. I'm not even going to play with you on that. Kendrick. Definitely Kendrick. Now, because of the current state of the world, because of Ye, of how he threw away his whole career and his life, basically, he canceled himself. He's one of the few people to cancel himself. But he's still got tons of money. He's not like he's broke. He's got a whole catalog, got the masters, I'm sure. He had his own label. He doesn't even want good music anymore. He wants great music now. I'm great. I'm great. I'm not good. I'm great. Any more questions? I got about 5 percentage points left. What was your opinion on the Yay clothing line for Old Navy? Explain. I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't really have, I don't really care about Yay like that anymore. We both have bipolar disorder. I know what that's like. I know he is going through, what he's been like, and that doesn't mean that I have to, necessarily be my brother to him or something like that. Favorite Taco Bell sauce? Extreme. I think that's what it's called, right? Is it called Extreme? The little black packet. Wherever the hottest, Taco Bell sauce there is, I think it's called Extreme. I mean, look it up real quick. That's the beauty. This is so crazy about the internet. Diablo. That's it. I love the Diablo. The Diablo. Yes. Yes, Diablo. That's my favorite. Favorite Freddy Krueger movie? I may not have it because I don't think I've seen all of them, and I've only seen bits and pieces of some of them. But maybe the original. Maybe the original. You can't even go to sleep. Ain't that a bitch? You can get away from Jason, and you can get away from um come on, Jason Voorhees, and you can get away from Michael Myers, but you can't even go to sleep with Freddy Krueger. He'll come in and kill you in your dreams. Like, you can't win. There's no winning. You just gotta be glad that they move slow. Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees and Freddy Krueger, I think they all move slow. They don't really move that fast. They inch towards you. They come up from behind. Pause. Favorite album to listen to on vinyl? Probably be Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life. I'm an obvious person. My dad has that great taste. And they've aged so well. My dad's albums have aged like fine wine. He's got Thriller. He's got Songs in the Key of Life. He's got Rolls Royce. He's got I think he has the Wailers or something like that. So, I don't want to say what he doesn't have, but he has Prince, Controversy. All have been included on the best albums of all time list. So I'm just thankful I have good taste like my dad. 22%. Okay. Anybody in here right now with 5, 10, the 10, 5, 10, 20, $50, put it in now because I'm about to go off the air. I'm about to go off live. I'm about to go off live. So if you got just $20. That's all I'm asking. I know Hike gives $10, and I'm thankful for that. I appreciate that. If you just have $20 for this fourth quarter, that's all I'm asking. I'm PBS. I'm the DuPont. I am the Rockefellers, the Carnegies. They're all rich, billionaires, billions of dollars. You know, and they were asking for money. They still do. The foundations and the institutes and all that, they ask for money. WHYY in Pennsylvania, where that region where I live, the Delaware Valley, they ask for money. If they interrupt during shows that you're watching, oh, it's a lovely show, but we have to take time, to talk about this financial situation. If you just chip in $20 a month, you can get a free tote bag with a coffee cup or something like that. I don't have tote bags and coffee cups, but I have wrenches. If you get a wrench, that means that you made it. That means that you put in $50 or more in a month. So I appreciate it. If I go 2 days with coconuts or zeros, that'd just be what it is. Oh yeah, my dad's albums. He has the red album, the blue album, and the white album of the Beatles. They're not in plastic, so the value is going down, but he's got really great taste. I have to say, he has Rolling Stones. He has Rolling Stones albums. He has a whole list. And the time, let me see, I can do it. Let me see. I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna do some random stuff. Hold on. This is just random stuff. Look at this. Frank Sinatra. Okay. Rod Stewart. They were just talking about her on the Sunday morning and this morning. Barbara Streisand with I think that's Buddy one of the what's his name? Barry Gibb. Bruce Springsteen, Born to Run. Bruce Springsteen, greetings from Asbury Park, New Jersey. Bruce Springsteen and the East Street Band, live 1975 to 85. Look at this. Are y'all feeling me on this? And again, Bruce Springsteen. The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. I'm telling you, my dad's got it. All right, so I respect everything he has. Putting it back. So that's what we have. It's another day, $1 short. But I appreciate everyone who came in. We had Hype, we had Malik, both Maliks, Rick James. So that's what we have to realize. We have to face the facts. I did not achieve my goal today again. I did not get paid today again. But that's facts of reality. That's the truth. That's just what I have to deal with. I still have a great time doing this. It's fun. I just think it's special when I get paid for it. I get money rolling in. So I'd like to thank everybody that came in. That you didn't have $1 for me, but I appreciate your time. Thank you very much, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.